Hello, my name is Jess and I am the founder of Feather and Barb, which in short is essentially a clothing label designed for women who don't fit into conventional size clothing, whether that's through playing sport, training, going to the gym, or just genetics. So I'm currently a personal trainer. It's a profession I sort of fell into about 3 years ago. But before that, my background is in marketing, communications, sales and small business. Out of school, I studied fashion design for a little bit. It's always been a passion of mine from a very young age. I was very creative, loved to draw, loved to design, and that has continued on into adulthood. It has got to be a very expensive passion of mine in regards to buying and admiring clothes. So that's a little bit about my background. The idea for Feather and Barb came when I started training in the discipline of CrossFit. So I'm not sure whether many of you know about CrossFit. It's basically a multi-discipline sport with gymnastics, weightlifting and a whole range of other things. It's a lot of fun, a lot of hard work. And for me, I started after I had my 2 children. And it is a point where I've never felt fitter, stronger and healthier and really great about myself. The problem with that was that I developed more muscle. And in developing more muscle, it meant the clothes that I liked to wear stopped fitting properly. And for a fashion lover, that was a real issue for me. And it was something that I really wanted to address. It didn't sit well with me at all. And the more that I spoke to people, particularly women, the more I realised it was a huge issue that no one was addressing. And I thought, why spend all this time training, feeling wonderful, empowered, strong and sexy in the gym and in your active wear, and then you go out at night and your clothes stop fitting if your dress actually does up around the back. It's tight, it's restrictive, you feel uncomfortable and you don't want to go out. You might resort to wearing that same jeans and a nice top that you always did, and those dresses stay in the cupboard. Even last week in the gym I had a client come in and say to me, look, I think I'm going to stop doing weights. My clothes don't fit as well anymore. And I think what a sad world where you're going to stop doing something that is making you strong and fit and healthy and is going to help you later on in life purely because these clothes don't fit. And it's something that no one is addressing, and the more I looked, the more I realised that there was nothing out there. The problem is that currently the fashion industry dictates what sizes are. There is the 6, 8, 10, 12. These are your hip, your waist and your bust measurements. And if you don't fit them, well, too bad. So what if you are a size 10 around the waist, yet you're a size 12 through the shoulders and across the back? Well, clothes just aren't going to fit you properly, and that's too bad. So that's a real issue. If you go up a size, the silhouette changes, it looks like a sack. Once again, you resort to the same jeans and top that you always wore. The other issue, and one that is a big issue that we certainly can't address now, is that society tells us what size we should be, and that is generally an 8 to 10. So a lot of women struggle with that. It's something that I'm very big on in the gym is don't come and see me to fit into a size 8 dress. Come and see me to be fit, strong and healthy, and because of that you will probably get the body that you want and you will feel great about yourself. So let's help these women be fit, strong and healthy and provide them with clothes that are actually going to fit. So, Feather and Barb, we wanted to produce clothing for women that complemented the athletic build. So I'm wearing a top now. So cutting necklines that accentuate broad shoulders, maybe more generous sizing around the waist. If you lift weights, you generally have a stronger core and a thicker waist. More room around the bottom half. If you squat, you generally have really strong glutes and strong quads. The most important part of these garments was inserting stretch panels in specific areas to try and customise the clothing. They complement the design, you don't necessarily see them, but when you do that dress up, that stretch panel will expand to fit around your bigger lats, essentially, allow you to move, mould to the body and allow you to feel comfortable. So essentially, if you are a size 10 around the waist and a 12 on the upper body, then that stretch panel is going to allow you to fit in the dress and hopefully make you feel confident, strong and sexy, not only in the gym in your lycra, but also out of the gym when you're in that dress. So we are Australian made. We've only been in business about a year. Our first year has very much been brand building, a lot of lead work. We go to the handmade markets, trying to get our brand out there, a few CrossFit competitions. We are produced in Sydney. Our fabric is from Japan. We're very, yeah, and that's it. If you want to know more,